Oh, does look very narrow, that one does. Ooh-wee, that was a bit intense. Clear, bro. We're back at Gamston and we're going flying today, but not in this Warrior Lima Bravo. We have a new toy to play with. But nom 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 nom.
Good morning, Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, press radio check and airfield information 1 POB VFR to Ashford. Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, Gamston Radio, good morning, runway news 21, right hand circuit, QNH1032 and your readability 5. 21 right hand circuit, QNH1032, Golf Oscar Mike. Golf Oscar Mike taking off 21. Surface and nice and variable.
Final 2-1 right hand, well to the west of the active contact 1 on.
The surface been calm. Golf Oscar Mike leaving the zone to the south, changing Doncaster 126225. Golf Oscar Mike, roger, have a safe flight, we'll see you later. Thank you, see you later, Golf Oscar Mike.
Because we're heading north today, I first fly east to remain outside of Doncaster's airspace.
We're off, heading north, out of Gamston. Bye-bye Gamston, we'll see you at lunchtime. When we get back, we're heading to the northeast of England today, up to Northumberland, a place called Eshott Airfield, which is a tiny little airstrip just to the north of Newcastle. So it should be quite a nice little ride up. Weather's looking nice. Beautiful the length of the country today, which makes a lovely change for in this country. So today then we're flying in the latest aircraft in Gamston Flying School's fleet. This is Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, or Benom as she is colloquially known in the club at the moment. It's a PA28161, it's exactly the same aircraft as Golf Lima Bravo, the one I usually fly. It's a year newer, so it's pretty much the same age as Lima Bravo. We don't have the G5s and the GPS and everything in this just yet. We do have a shiny new interior that's just been put in by the club, and it's really nice, very comfy seats. It really refreshes the inside of a plane when you get nice new seats like that, I find. We haven't got any new instruments yet, it's all the old steam gauges. We are going to get apparently some G5s and a nice big shiny GPS to go here as well very soon, and they're going to be repainting it as well from this god-awful yellow banana scheme that we've got at the moment, this very 1980s colour scheme, but it's going to be in a very similar scheme, I am told, to Lima Bravo or Yankee Tango with the blue and the white, which will be quite nice. But it is a lovely aircraft to fly. It's very smooth, very responsive, incredibly responsive actually. And it's just a really nice plane, and it's nice as well that we've actually got a second Warrior to fly in the fleet at Gamston now, because availability with Lima Bravo is always pretty limited. They've only got the one, and now we've got two, and you guys know I love the Warrior, even to the point of preferring it a lot of the time to flying the Arrow Yankee Tango. It's a much nicer plane to fly, and hopefully we'll be doing a lot more Warrior flying now we've got access to this one as well in the fleet. Okay, left turn then. On track towards Teesside now.
Now we're clear of Doncaster's airspace, we can turn north.
Well, it's quite interesting because this aircraft, Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, has never appeared on Flight Radar 24 until this very flight. And that's because it doesn't have the Mode S transponder on it that Lima Bravo has on. And the only way it's actually giving out any ADSB information is through this little box just over my shoulder here, which gives out ADSB and brings up the aircraft traffic on my iPad as well. So it's quite interesting. This is the first ever time this aircraft has appeared on Flight Radar. And I'm in command. I am the captain now.
As we approach Teesside, we either need to get a clearance through their airspace or route around it. Today I'm going to request a clearance.
Okay, let's speak to Teesside and let's try and get a burn transit. Where are we? Overhead Wombleton. Wombleton, yay! Underground, overground, Wombley. Right. T-side approach, Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, requesting a basic service and zone transit.
Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, T-side radar pass message.
Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, PA28, routing Gamston to Eshet, presently 4,000 feet, QNH 1030 overhead Wombleton, requesting a zone transit and basic service.
Golf Oscar Mike, Roger, basic service, QNH 1030, squawk 7046.
Basic service, Hawk 7046 on the QNH 1030, Golf Oscar Mike. 70.
Golf Lima Whiskey, clear to cross controlled airspace, VFR not below altitude 2,500 feet. Cleared into airspace, VFR not below 2,000 feet. Golf Lima Whiskey. Golf Lima Whiskey, that's cross not below altitude 2,500 feet. Correction, not below 2,500 feet, Golf Lima Whiskey. Golf Lima Whiskey, correct.
We're just waiting for our clearance back from T-side now. Hopefully they'll give it to us. They've just given it to another aircraft over there who's doing similar routing.
Golf Oscar Mike, report your levels.
74,200 feet, QNH 1030, Golf Oscar Mike.
Golf Oscar Mike, Roger.
So that's them trying to identify us on the radar. They have squawked their squawk, but
Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, clear to cross controlled airspace, VFR.
clear to cross control airspace of VFR, Golf Oscar Mike. And there we go. So we can now go through the controlled airspace at T-side. So I'm going to just make a left-hand turn just on track. We're going to go overhead Middlesbrough. And then out and speak to Newcastle for a transit of their zone, hopefully as well, to get us up to Eshet.
Golf Oscar Mike, radar control.
Radar control, Golf Oscar Mike. That means that we've entered her airspace now, so she's now giving us a radar control service instead of a basic service, which means that we have to do as we're told.
Golf Lima Whiskey, basic service. Basic service, Golf Lima Whiskey.
Somehow on a nice day when you're flying 4,000 feet above it, even Middlesbrough looks pretty. Okay, I am going to wait until we're just outside of this built-up area before I change the tank. So changing the tanks is something that we have to do every 30 minutes just to keep the wings balanced. And generally, the procedure is fuel pump on, change the tanks, fuel pump off. It's pretty straightforward, never really had an issue, but I get a little bit nervous changing it because you're fiddling with the fuel. I'm just going to wait until we're away from this built-up area just so that I can change
Lima
it.
Whiskey, squawk 3750.
And change tanks, right, I want to do it now. So fuel pump can come on. We're going to go from the left to the right. Fuel pump can come off. And the engine's still running, so we're good. It's strange because you know in your head that it's done it hundreds of times and you've never had an issue, but I suppose the more you fly, the more you realise that at some point you may run into an issue. But your luck can only last so long.
Golf Oscar Mike, you leave it controlled airspace, basic service.
Basic service, Golf Oscar Mike.
Golf Oscar Mike, squawk 3756.
Squawk 3756, Golf Oscar Mike.
Golf Oscar Mike, contact Newcastle radar 124.380.
124.380, Golf Oscar Mike, thanks for the transit lane. Newcastle radar, Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike.
Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, Newcastle radar, good morning. Basic service, Newcastle QNH 1029er.
Basic service, QNH 1029er, Golf Oscar Mike.
Golf Lima Whiskey, vision with the Embraer 190 on a 7-mile final, runway 25.
Negative, Golf Lima Whiskey.
Golf Oscar Mike, if possible, we'd like a zone transit, please, from Sunderland to Morpeth.
Golf Oscar Mike, that's understood, report at Sunderland.
Report at Sunderland, Golf Oscar Mike.
Killer 47 Whiskey, continue approach runway 25 at number 1, contact Newcastle down, 119.705, bye-bye.
19005,
ATC have asked me to report overhead Sunderland to get a transit through their airspace.
Golf Oscar Mike overhead Sunderland.
Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, clear to cross control airspace, VFR, not above altitude 4,000 feet.
Clear to transit VFR not above 4,000 feet, Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike.
Oscar Mike, correct.
Not above 4,000, that's fine, we'll stay here then.
Golf Oscar Mike, radar control service.
Radar control service, Golf Oscar Mike. Oh, there's Newcastle down there. Why aye, man? Up the tune. Right, a groove, man. So next for me will be Eshet Radio on 122.855.
Eshet isn't too far past Newcastle's airspace, so I program the radios ready to speak to them next.
Whitley Bay on the nose.
Logan 61 Bravo, remember, radar service terminated, contact Scottish Control 124.5, bye-bye.
124.5, Logan 61 Bravo November, bye.
As we leave Newcastle's airspace, ATC asked me to let them know when I'm ready to get handed over to Eshet. As we're starting the descent already, I ask for a handover as early as possible so I can start listening to the traffic situation there.
Golf Oscar Mike, report when you wish to leave the frequency for Eshet.
Golf Oscar Mike, Roger, thank you. We'll change to Eshet now, please. 122.855.
Golf Oscar Mike, Roger, score comes to QT.
Cool, to QT, Golf Oscar Mike.
Golf Oscar Mike, free call Eshet 122.855, bye-bye.
Free call Eshet, 122.855, Golf Oscar Mike, thank you.
Bye.
Oscar Mike has an older transponder, so I have to dial the 7000 squawk code manually rather than just pressing the VFR button on the newer ones.
Eshet traffic, Golf Bravo November Oscar Mike, PA 28, 6 miles south. We're going to join on a left base runway 26, Eshet traffic.
There's nobody in the tower today, so they're operating as a traffic service, which means we just call our positions.
So the airfield's 200 elevation, the wind is out of the west, so we're going to be on runway 26. And here's where it gets fun. So we've got 550 metres on this runway, so 5, 10, 50, about 1500 foot runway. If you are of the American persuasions, this is a very short runway, it's very narrow. We're going to be doing a short field landing and then it'll be a short field takeoff. And I need to find the bloody airfield now, so where is it? Our base at 2000, we'll remember that from the way out.
Eshet Airfield has two hard runways. We'll be landing on 26 today, which is 550 metres long or just over 1800 feet and just 12 metres wide.
Alrighty ho, here we go then. Let's try this. If we're too high or too fast, it will be a straight go around into a left-hand traffic pattern. Okay, so the runway is just at that point there. Right. Eshet traffic, Golf Oscar Mike. Left base, runway 26 to land. Eshet traffic. Oh, does look very narrow, that one does. Very narrow, but Oscar Mike, final 26 to land Eshet.
Like many former RAF airfields, there's a deceiving amount of disused tarmac at Eshet which is used for other purposes. In this case it's part of a farm. We're landing on a tiny sliver of the original runway.
Runway's clear, we're landing. There we go. Sigh of relief. To traffic, Golf Oscar Mike, runway vacated. Welcome to Eshet, Northumberland. Ooh-wee. That was a bit intense. Very short runway there. Really? So welcome to Eshet in Northumberland. Nice little ride up in Oscar Mike. Still remembering the reg actually. Oscar Mike actually was originally based up this neck of the woods, I think. It's, if you look at the tail, Border Air. It was based over at Carlisle, but also Newcastle, I think, for a long while as well. So people up this neck of the woods may recognise the aircraft when it comes in, but now obviously based down at Gamston. Let's go and head inside and get a cup of coffee or something and get ready for the flight back. So then made it into this really tight little airstrip here at Eshet, and it's a beautiful part of the world. Really nice approach and landing there, even if it was a very short, very tight runway. Certainly the shortest I've landed on yet in the PA-28. But we know we can do 550 meters now, so that's good. And yeah, hopefully, well, onwards and upwards, and we find loads more little airfields like this all around the country, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them. This is very typically what you get, by the way, at small airfields like this here in the UK, at least, a little waiting area, settees and stuff, and a cup of coffee. So yeah, I'm going to sit and have a drink and then get back on the plane and head back down to Gamston. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.